This is the AssisTeach website. Currently it's at assistteach.businesscatalyst.com, but it will be assistteach.com hopefully by the time we turn it in. So the homepage is like how it was previously. It's just a short intro to who we are and what this project aims to achieve and other things like that. We've moved forums to be right after the homepage, just to kind of increase their popularity. One more click over gets you to one-click downloads, where front and center we have our lesson planner. You can click it to download it, or there are optional other educational downloads, including some of the papers that we read this year in 481. One more click over gets you to lesson plans. This is what we really have to work on coming up, and with the rest of the project basically, is to make this site a little better. Basically right now it has two little entries, one of them for an English 1 lesson plan, one for Biology 2 lesson plan. But you can click on it. You can see some more information about it. We want to add a download link to download the actual file, and then you could go back to your standalone application and you could import either the entire project, or you could import specific modules or whatever to your lesson plans that you were building. And then further below, we want to add space for comments and ratings for the specific lesson plan. And basically we want to make this whole page just a little bit nicer and easier for teachers to navigate. One more click over is news, which currently has the New York Times, Washington Post, and NPR. It has 3 education RSS feeds linked up to this box right here. So this is constantly updating news on education from around the world. And then the last tab is links. So we have made a good bit of progress on the website itself. It's got a good simple look, and we definitely like how it's looking so far. It's just working on lesson plans to make this kind of match better with our lesson plan creator, the standalone app.
Alright guys, so when you first run our application here, the first thing you're going to see is this page. And you're going to start out by selecting your working directory here up at the top. Click Browse, and the working directory is just where you're going to be storing all of your lesson planning information. So let's start out. We're going to go to our desktop and we're going to make a new folder here to hold everything. We're going to call it Lesson Plan. And I'm going to select that folder, click Open. Okay, so now you can see that it's populated the working directory text area up here. Now we're going to add a course to our lesson plan. Let's say we just have a history course. Click OK. So now we have this course, and what it does is it actually creates a folder inside of your lesson plan folder, your working directory. So I'm going to click on this guy, and you'll see that the Units tab popped up. And so the way that we are breaking down the hierarchy of folders here is that we will have a like your working directory, which will be broken up into separate courses, and then each course will be broken down into units, which will also be folders. So now let's create a unit called U.S. Presidents. Okay. And so as you can see, it populated here in the units text area, and we can click on this, and now we will click Manage. And now, as you can see, we've moved to a new page that's titled Lesson Planner. Here is where the teachers will actually be creating their lesson plans. At the top you can see we have an activity name, a date, a class text box, and we have these tabs down here: Essential Questions, Standards, Activity Description, and Assessment. That's the information I talked about earlier, where teachers will be actually giving the meat of their lesson plan. As you can see over here, there's another text area, and this will be populated by the all of the lesson plans that are in the unit that you just clicked on. So, for instance, let's just create a test activity here, and the essential question will be, what's up? You don't have to fill out all the information. This is just for testing purposes, but we're going to go ahead and save this guy, and we want to save it under the unit that we just created, and we will call it First Plan. save. Okay, so now our lesson plan has been saved. So let's say we want to go back to the main page here, and we're going to go and select our lesson planning directory that we created earlier, click on History, go back to US Presidents, and when we click Manage, as you can see, our first plan will be over here.
So here we are at the lesson planner creator itself. So this is where we have the biggest areas of progress to be made on the project. So I'm going to talk about a couple of those things quickly. Up and down the left here, we want it to be populated with all of the specific modules or individual files that are associated with the unit that was selected earlier. Down here, we want this Add button to actually create a new module and a new file within that subfolder. And then there's a button called Import, and if we click that, we are going to design a full screen right here pane where you can open up an existing course file or unit file or just specific lesson plan file, and you can select just the ones you want and you can import them into this unit. So that way we will have the website housing specific lesson plans that teachers like, and they're commented and they're rated based on how helpful they were, and you can download those and then you can import the specific modules to your unit. So hopefully teachers will have a more diverse lesson plan using this. We want to use more of this space to be more scaffolded to teach teachers how to make lesson plans. Part of that is going to be when there's nothing entered in right here, there will be kind of grayed out text that will prompt the teacher and give them some hints or ideas about what, say, makes a good essential question, or what kind of standards should be abided by, or what activity description, what kind of details it should include, and then what assessment even means. And apparently it means how are you assessing what is learned. So little hints like that will be included here, and this other space will be used differently, but that's something we have to work through as well, just in helping teachers create lesson plans better.